Welcome to Cobra Corner, another episode. Today we have guest host, head women's soccer coach, Garrett Linquist. Garrett, how are you?
Good, guys. How are you guys?
Good. So we just kind of want to know a little bit, what's it been like since COVID with practice, with bringing in recruits? Like, what's been the changes and such?
I think first and foremost, kind of when everybody had to go home in March, obviously the immediate thought was, how do we keep the kids engaged? How do we keep them doing stuff? Kind of what does this mean? And for us, we had to be very solution based and just meet the challenges. In some ways, this made us very much better as coaches. We did a lot of things as far as created a YouTube channel, so that way we had things that we could demonstrate and we could show the girls everything. We changed the way we did our summer workout packet actually because of this, and took it much more of a month by month basis, which I think we were able to have a little bit more success and effectiveness in the workout packet through the summer, just because as states were opening up at different times where our girls are from kind of all over the place, it made us change how we did do things. As far as recruiting, it's changed the way that we've looked at things. Certainly, we're willing to be a lot more virtual, just like we are right now. We've had to do things in a different manner, and I never really thought of FaceTiming kids for recruiting calls, but now that's kind of become the way we operate. It's presented its own set of challenges. But I think you could also say in a lot of ways it's made us have to be better as a coaching staff. So it's not been too bad.
You guys had kind of a younger team this year, a lot of underclassmen. But although despite that you have 4 seniors, how important is their leadership to kind of groom the younger classmen, because they don't have a lot of college experience, and now this is an unusual time for college sports. Like how much are you depending on kind of your upperclassmen, your seniors, kind of lead the freshmen and even the sophomores to kind of get adjusted?
Sure. It's really an interesting group for us as a team, where we had such a large senior class that graduated last year too. Our seniors have really had to grow up a little bit kind of quick in the leadership ways, because we had a lot of strong personalities on the team last year that had been leaders for a while. So you got to give them a lot of credit. They've taken that challenge and really met it. Over the summer, you talk to the girls a little bit, stay in touch and see how everything's going. And they had spearheaded actually doing like workouts over Zoom or FaceTime, or I think Snapchat has a method of it. You got there at the field all over different places, and pick up the phone. Okay, go. Set it down. They run to the end of the field and back if they're doing the 120s. And they actually did a lot of stuff as a team through Zoom and Google Meet and that kind of stuff to stay engaged with each other. And that was all player driven for them. So they really met that challenge head on. They're excited about where our program's going, and you can see that in their actions.
So you could say creativity was definitely key through most of this process.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you had to get creative. You had to think outside the box. And they met that challenge. To be fair, I probably learned more about technology from them. You figure out you get a little old quick in this. But no, it's definitely been something where we've had to be very creative. We've had to really do things differently and meet the challenges, be very solution oriented versus problem oriented.
Kind of getting off this COVID topic. So we kind of saw before coming to Coker, you were the director of girls goalkeeping program for the Carolina Rapids Soccer Club. Is that right?
Yep.
And then you have like a really great background in that. So did that kind of help lead Sarah Swain to becoming the leader in the conference with saves this past season?
I think it certainly helps from a coaching aspect of having a little bit deeper understanding of the goalkeeping position and how it can relate to that connection to the field players. I think you've got to give a lot of credit to Sarah though as well. We tell our players all the time that this is very much it's your program. We can we can set up training sessions and activities and all of these kind of things, but ultimately you guys are the ones that have to go out there and really work for it. So I think you've got to give a lot of that credit to Sarah. Certainly I think having that background allows me to be able to speak to her in a deeper level, and us to really talk about things and make sure she understands it. But, Sweeney's also done a very good job training her. So it's really been a collaborative effort. And Sarah did great for us. She caught on very quickly, and was able to really take that jump, and you saw the results with the saves.
Yes, you most certainly saw the results this past season. It was pretty awesome to watch, being at the top of the conference. But yeah, thanks. It's kind of all the team effort, all in all, at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So digging more into your background, you came before working with Carolina Rapids. Obviously, you were at Catawba, at UAB, and then you kind of made the jump to kind of more of a niche part of soccer, which is goalkeeping program, just kind of like one specific area. What kind of made you want to get back into the college aspect of coming to Coker? Like, what made Coker attractive to you?
I mean, having a background at Catawba, obviously familiarity with the conference helps. You understand what the conference looks like, what teams stylistically kind of do. A lot of, for me, is I enjoy working with this age player. And at the college level, and helping these young adults really grow in that transition from high school to being out in the real world. For us, it's very much helping them along and kind of transition from you're at home with your mom to mom and dad are kind of over you to, hey, you're an adult now, you've got to manage your time. It's also, I think you talk about tactics a lot more at the college level than maybe you do with club. I very much believe that we're still in the business of player development here at Coker. We've got to make our players better. We don't want them to come in as freshmen and they never really get better. But it's a little bit of a deeper topic when you're talking about the tactics of the game, and you can have a little bit more fun with this age, I think. It's a little bit more deeper conversations at times, even off the field. And that's really, really what I enjoy about the college aspect versus club and that kind of thing.
Absolutely. So, Garrett, this season, you have, hopefully whenever we get to play, you have 11 underclassmen, 6 of those being freshmen. So what can we expect for this upcoming season?
I think that's a great question. It's going to be an interesting answer. I really think for us, we're heading into a little bit of an unknown period. We're a young team, so for me, I think we're going to see a lot of growth. I think you're going to see a team that, in some ways, I think playing in the spring benefits us. Obviously, we brought in quite a few newcomers, quite a few younger players, and all of a sudden we joked about it for a long time, fall sport coaches, of saying, man, it'd be nice to be softball and have a 5-month preseason to get our players prepared. Well, joke's on us, and here it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be new, it's going to be different, but I think there's a lot of positives that can come out of that. We've got a chance to really come together as a team in this fall semester and really grow a little bit more. So I'm excited from that standpoint. As far as what to expect on the field, who knows, because we're still kind of waiting to see what our schedule looks like for the year. There's obviously a lot of uncertainty within the NCAA right now, and it's such a rapidly changing time. But I really do think we're going to take another step forward this year as a program, even talking about being more positive culture on the field. I think we're going to continue to get better and better. I'm very happy with the players we brought in and the returners. You saw so much growth in the short period we had in the spring. So now you're going to give us 5 months to continue to grow, and I'm excited for what that means for this program.
It's really awesome that you're taking such a positive approach and, not seeing it as a negative effect, but seeing what you can actually do in those 5 months rather than what just 2 weeks coming, prior to coming to campus, where you get that 2-week period of training. It's really awesome to see you guys like taking that approach and turning it into something positive.
Yeah, I mean, it's you make the best of it, right? I don't think any of us ever thought we were going to be in a global pandemic, and this was kind of going to change everything. But in some ways, it's made us better. It's made us think about things in a different light, in a manner that we maybe never would have. And so you take those positives and you move forward.
Exactly.
Just one day at a time, keep getting better. We talk a lot in our program. The girls probably get sick of me saying it, but I ask them, can they find a way to get 1% better every day? If we do that, you are going to see us look back in 3 months and 90 days. That's a big amount of growth. So that's the way you've got to look at things and just keep moving forward.
Awesome.
So what I found interesting was one of your guys' seniors this year is actually a transfer from Urbana. Did I say that right?
Yep.
What Bree Nauman, what would she bring to the table kind of from a leadership standpoint? She's obviously doesn't have a lot of experience at Coker, but she's an experienced student athlete. Kind of what does she bring to the team?
Sure. So Bree at Urbana came from a program that in Bree's time at Urbana when she was a freshman, they were very similar to where we are now. And last year Urbana was they were 500 in their conference. They were able to go, I believe the record was like 8-8. And so she's taken those steps that we're looking to take. She has that experience of being a part of a program that has turned that around. So obviously from that standpoint, you look at, she brings experience to a side that is quite youthful. And so we're really happy there. The other thing is, Bree will probably be a center back for us, where we lost 2 senior starters. We actually lost 3 senior starters on the back line. And so we were always going to be a little bit young in that area. So she's going to help with that growth and the development of the players that'll be playing in the back. Now we're going to be kind of balanced, where we'll probably have 2 seniors and 2 freshmen, or we'll see who's playing back there. But it'll be someone who maybe didn't play a whole lot last year. It's definitely going to be 2 of those for us. So I think Bree coming in and having that experience and understanding what it takes to help build a program and a culture and to have a little bit of success will be very big for us.
Going back to her experience, do you think it's going to help the team? She's coming from a different conference. So do you think it's going to help the team a little bit in that aspect as well, with the competition level? Like, she's probably seen a lot more than, this team has, just because she's been in a different conference. So
I think that's going to be very interesting, to be honest with you. The South Atlantic Conference is one of the best conferences in the country. So for us, it's going to be an adjustment, I think, for her as well. Stylistically in different parts of the country, teams play a little bit differently too. I think she's someone that's a very positive personality for our team and has experience, and she's going to help us in that regard. I think the transition, a lot different playing in Ohio than it is playing in South Carolina and in the humidity. So you look at pros and cons on both sides of that. I think there's adjustments that every player is going to have to make as they've come into this level. Not just her, but even we're such a new team in so many ways. I think all the players are really having to kind of adjust to a little bit of a different vibe around the team, which isn't a bad thing. Every year in college athletics, your team's a little bit different, because the younger players start to grow and mature, and then you add in new young players or transfers or something like that. So every year the team kind of has a little bit of a different vibe to it.
Sure. Well, Garrett, thank you for giving your insight today. So before we wrap things up, we always kind of like to do, we just want to know, what's the best thing that came out of COVID for you?
The best thing that came out of COVID?
Yes.
I think my golf game got better. There was a lot of time spent on the golf course, socially distanced. And you know what? I was able to do a lot more cooking. I'm eating more healthier.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Not much cookout in your diet anymore, Zaxby's and all that fast food.
No, we're trying to eliminate the cookout and the Taco Bell. I mean, every now and then you still get that 11 p.m. craving for a cheesy gordita crunch, but.
Well, Garrett, thank you so much for being on the show with us today, and once again giving us a little insight to this upcoming season. And we're really looking forward to watching you guys play. So
absolutely, thank you for having me, guys.
We'll have to get you and Sam Stark on the golf course and see how that goes.
That would be a little bit of a tough match. Sam's a good player.